Hi, I'm Ray Patterson, Associate Director of the Saubman Center for Conflict Resolution and the Director of the Strasser Mediation Clinic. I'm making this short video so that I can tell you once the information that you need to know about the clinic. The big thing to know is that the mediation clinic requires you to come back to school 1 week earlier than the semester starts. In this particular case, for the spring semester 2013, we will begin our training week on Monday, January 14th. It'll be a half a day, and it'll be held here at Boyd, probably in room 203. And I'll be going over the logistics of the training program and what's going to happen once we start the week following. The rest of that week, Tuesday, January 15th, through Friday, January 18th, we will be training at the Government Center building. This is right across from the World Furniture Market and the fashion outlet. It's a great place for training, and there's a big cafeteria there, and so you don't have to worry about bringing lunch. And we'll be working there all day. And when I say all day, I mean all day. They expect us there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we go until 5. The purpose of the training is to give you some theoretical background in mediation and to give you some role play experience. I can assure you that role play experience is not exactly like what happens with real people, but it's good enough in the beginning because you will get 4 days of work, 3 days with role plays involved, and then the next week we start right up with real disputants. So you have to pay attention, try to get as much as possible. It's going to be an inundation of material over the course of the week, but everybody gets through it. Martin Luther King the holiday is following Monday, and we will begin our first placement on Tuesday, January 22nd, at Family Court. The placements in the spring semester are at Family Court on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons. You can expect to be working between 1 and 5. We don't always go till 5 o'clock, but I believe we always start at 1. So you have to try to get there earlier. That first week, we expect you to get there at 12:30. We work in the courtrooms on the second floor, so you're going to need some time to get through security and then get up to the second floor. I'll show you around so you get the lay of the land, and then I will co-mediate with one of you while another student watches, and whoever my co-mentor is, that person will mediate with another student while a student watches. So everybody gets a chance to participate to a certain extent, but the mentors, myself and the other person who's going to be working in the spring semester, will sort of carry the ball that first week. After that first week, we expect you as the student mediators to work this out, although we'll be at the table with you. We usually work at council tables, so while they're uncomfortable, they work. And 2 mediators will be at one end, and I or my co-mentor will be at the other end. So we will get the case. I will send you a brief, usually could be long. Sometimes it's the pleading papers that are included with that. And you'll read about what it seems like they're going to be discussing in the mediation. I can tell you right now that 9 times out of 10, what they want to discuss in mediation has nothing to do with the brief. But that's okay. You get a general idea of the kind of things that are going on. Now, how long does the clinic last? Well, we start on January 22nd, on that Tuesday, and January 23rd. And we will continue all the way to April 23rd and April 24th. And the only time we will not be working is during spring break. So you will not have sessions at Family Court on March 26th or March 27th. The other part of the program, besides mediating, is, of course, the debriefing and the discussion of various mediation techniques. And that will take place on Thursday afternoons from 2 to 4:50. So we have a seminar where we will meet and debrief our cases and learn from one another. And let me tell you, this is an important part of the program because you will think you have a horrible case and you'll listen to some of your classmates describe their case and you'll say, wow, my case wasn't that bad. So, you learn a lot. Feel free to steal from each other. If you hear something, a locution or a way of stating something that you think is really good, make it your own. This is all what's part of it. The way you will be graded in the mediation clinic is fairly straightforward. 50% of your grade is going to be based on how well you improve as a mediator over the course of the semester, the 13 weeks that we spent together. Have you gotten better? I'm always looking to see whether you've gotten to the point where I would trust you to mediate a dispute that I had. So that's 50% of your grade. Every week you are going to write a journal about your experiences that week. Now the journal is 3 typewritten pages, and it does not have to follow any blue book form. It can be stream of consciousness almost. But it really has to reflect your thoughts about what you did well, what you think you might be able to improve on, what's an obstacle for you, really looking into your work as a mediator. I'm less concerned in the journal with a repetition of what the facts of the case are, because I know that pretty much from either being with you or talking to the mentor who's working with me about what the facts are. I want to know what you are feeling. When you get the syllabus, you will see I have given you a whole list of types of questions that you could pick any 2 or 3 of them and try to answer them for the journal entry. Most people find this funny at first, but very, very useful, because the journal will chart your progress as a mediator. So that's 25% of your grade. I do grade the journals, but I use a strange grading system, you'll see. And then the last 25% of your grade is going to be based on a video that you will do towards the end of the term. I will send out a role play to people you select as role plays. They can't be people in the class, but I will send out the role play and you will do a 45-minute video of your mediation skills. You're going to work in teams just like you work during the semester. At the end of 45 minutes, I want you to stop wherever you are. That's the video. And then I will be able to review that and evaluate it, give you a grade on that too. There's one requirement for the clinic that is not graded, but it's something that I think is really important for you to do, and that is sometime, since this semester ends in April, sometime in late March, you should start looking around for some place where you can do a public presentation on mediation. And it can be on mediation in general, what you know about mediation, because you're going to know a lot about mediation by the time you get to that point. Or it could be a discussion of a presentation of what you do in family court. Either one. And sometimes you're able to do this by actually doing mock mediations for the LP classes and talking about mediation that way. So there's many ways you can do this, but it's a chance for you to get an idea of what lawyers do. They get up and they talk about what their work is. And especially if they've won a case, they want to talk about that all the time. So you are going to need to do that. The last thing I wanted to mention is that it's required that you participate in the negotiation competition, which will be held probably in late March, early April. And because you're going to do that and give up a Friday night, we will cancel the last seminar. So while the actual clinical experience in family court will end the week of April 22nd, your last seminar will be the Friday before that, so there will be no seminar that last week. So I hope that this gives you a better sense of what's happening if you get into the clinic, and I will be sending around a little, what's called a doodle, which is a list of times, interview times available, which I'm asking you to select. When would you like to be interviewed? I do 15-minute interviews of all applicants to the clinic. And when you do the doodle, make sure that no one else has selected a time that day. So go up and down the list and say, is there anybody else who has selected the same time that I'm looking for? Because we can't have two people in the same time period. So just try to pay attention to that. So I look forward to meeting all of you, and I wish you the best of luck. As you probably know, this is going to be my last year at Boyd, because I'm retiring, so you're going to be my ultimate clinic group, and I really look forward to working with you. I'll see you soon.